Look who's back. It's Christian Duke, the Iron Duke Speaks, episode 1 at IronMagLabs.com. Brand new weekly show. We talk about everything in the week prior up to Friday and then the weekend. It's fantastic. So let's dive right into the fun. First and foremost, I want to talk about Enhanced, which is a brand new series from GenerationIron.com on Tony Huge. If you don't know Tony Huge, you must live under a rock because this guy is known throughout the world. He gets mobbed at expos. There is nothing this guy will not talk about. He'll talk about nootropics. He'll talk about herbs. He'll talk about gear. He'll talk about pro hormones. He'll talk about contest prep. No matter what, he will talk about it. He also has some insanely funny stories on Instagram and Snapchat. I mean, look, the guy really brings it all to the table. And Generation Iron has done some fantastic work. The Ronnie Coleman movie on Netflix, if you have not seen it, you have got to see it. It is amazing. They have the Kevin Levrone movie, also amazing. They've got the Muscle Mogul on PJ Braun, which is fantastic. It's up to episode 2. And PJ Braun, our good friend, actually had a birthday yesterday, so happy belated birthday to him. And speaking of the Muscle Mogul, episode 2 is pretty wild. You actually see an anaconda bite into PJ, which, I mean, honestly, that's a little extreme, but, I mean, you know, when in Rome, right? So definitely check out Enhanced at Generation Iron and all their great content. They're doing a lot of good stuff in bodybuilding. Next, I want to talk about a picture literally gone viral all over social media, all over the internet, and it's the pictures of Joseph Baena. Now, Joseph Baena is the son of Arnold Schwarzenegger. He looks just like his dad. Now, most people know Patrick. Joseph is Arnold's other son, but like I said, he looks just like Arnold. He's got an insane physique. He actually wants to follow in his dad's footsteps in bodybuilding, which, I mean, just think about that. The media fanfare, it's crazy. I mean, look at Hunter Labrada, Lee Labrada's son, who won the Nationals last year. Look at Sergio Oliva Jr., his dad, 3-time Mr. Olympia, Sergio the Myth Oliva. I mean, and then you think of Sergio Oliva Jr. winning the New York Pro and how, like, the whole world of bodybuilding just was just like turned upside down. Everybody was just so, like, it was like nostalgia, but at the same time, Sergio Oliva Jr.'s got a ridiculously insane physique and really, really works hard on stage. And I mean, you know, if Joseph is anything like his dad, I mean, he looks just like his dad and he loves bodybuilding. And right now he's a student at Pepperdine University. And Arnold has said it's very important that his son complete his education, which I think it makes all the sense in the world. But I think he's almost about to graduate, and this kid wants to get into bodybuilding. So I think that is huge. Speaking of the Arnold Classic, my prediction to win is Brandon Curry. Now, if you go on most of the message boards or if you listen to most of the pundits, they're actually going for Rulli or William Bonac. Now, William Bonac won the Arnold last year, so he's the defending champion. Rulli Winkler got the People's Choice Award at the Mr. Olympia, took 3rd place. So, you know, I can see why they're going that direction, but I got to tell you, Brandon has got the size factor, and thanks to Abdullah and the whole Camel crew and Oxygen Gym, he's bringing the condition. This is a guy that knows how to pose. He knows how to work the stage. He knows how to entertain and bring the house down. I truly believe Brandon is going to win, just like I truly believe that Sean Flexitron Roden was going to win last year's Mr. Olympia. And in fact, I think it's a good thing for Brandon to sort of fly under the radar and almost be ignored by the media and even by the fans, because this is going to allow him to concentrate on the goal of winning. Also, in terms of the Arnold Classic, my good friend Charles the Tank Dixon is competing. Now, the Tank is a 212 bodybuilder, but I got to tell you, they don't call him the Tank for nothing. And he only weighs 212 for maybe a split second on that scale. This guy is called the Tank because he's got some dense muscle mass. When he's on stage, he battles. And if anybody thinks this guy is going to be thinking that he's up against the big guys, that is not how the Tank thinks. Also, he's got Trey Hodge in his corner. When it comes to contest prep coaches, Trey is respected by everyone. There's some coaches, unfortunately, that have some skeletons in the closet. Not everybody respects them. Trey is respected by everyone across the boards. And it's a match made in heaven because Trey gave up competitive bodybuilding to coach, and Tank was about to quit. And then he met Trey, and everything changed. So those guys have been doing a lot of stuff together. I've interviewed them many times at the Arnold Classic. And I seriously am here to tell the guys in the open, you got to take the Tank seriously, because if you don't, he's going to kick your ass. Okay, so, you know, you heard it here. I also want to talk about my good friend Tad, the diet coach, and his new show, Handle Your High. I wrote an episode, I actually wrote an article, got my formats mixed up. I wrote an article on him where I compare him to Joe Rogan, and I say that he is the next Joe Rogan for IronMagazine.com. And I really believe that, because if you know Tad, and I've known Tad for a while, and I did his show 3 Questions about 3 or 4 years ago, and I had a blast for that show, and I had a blast for Handle Your High. I was number 8. I was the week after Jay Cutler, the week before Phil Heath. And Tad has always been consistently a very positive person. He always finds the goodness in people. He never dwells on negativity. And I got to be honest with you, that is a departure, honestly, from the whole social media world and the whole message board world. And like, he's doing a lot. You know what I mean? The last episode that I saw of his show was with Dave Palumbo, who, by the way, congratulations to Dave and John Romano and everybody at the RxMuscle.com camp for turning 10 years. It's been 10 years of RxMuscle, and the show that Tad and Dave Palumbo did was nothing short of amazing. It was really introspective, very, very insightful, very, very good. And IronMag Labs was a long time sponsor of RxMuscle and Muscle in the Morning. I wrote 80 episodes of Muscle in the Morning, and I also wrote probably a dozen or 2 dozen articles for RxMuscle.com. So it brings me great joy to see that website be as successful as it is. And finally, I want to talk about this weekend. This Sunday, February the 10th, I will be in Allentown, PA, for the Iron Sharpens Iron Productions free seminar featuring Gary Udit and Todd Howe. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. For more information on that, go to isiproductions.com. Gary Udit is a Mr. Olympia judge and your NPC Mid-Atlantic Zone chairman. Todd Howe is an Ivy Pro League judge and your Delaware State chairman. Whether you're a new competitor, a veteran competitor, you will get so much out of this seminar. It starts at 11:30 a.m. and ends at 2:30 p.m. It's at the Scottish Rite Cathedral right there in Allentown, PA. You really, really don't want to miss this event. I will be there for StrengthAddicts.com, and I'm super excited. You know, and also remember, athletes, to follow IronMag Labs on Instagram, tag IronMag Labs on your stories and posts, and be reposted in front of over 50,000 people worldwide. Till next week, this is Christian Duke for the Iron Duke Speaks. Peace out.